Hi guys, my name is Shreya Kirkar and recently I made a video explaining how I arrange my animal first aid kits. So today I'm going to talk about how I like to organize my human first aid kits. So beginning, first I'd like to say that if you're organizing your own first aid kit, then start with knowing the medical history of your family so that you know, like for instance in my family acidity runs rampant, so we like to keep medicines related to acidity with us. First thing I have here are the basic band-aids and bandages that you all need to have in your first aid kits. So I keep my cotton in a roll. We get these rolls outside, and I like to wrap it with paper and tie it with a rubber band and keep it paper down so that it does not get contaminated. And then I have this purple box, a purple pouch, and this is basically my band-aid, literally dressing kit. And okay, so this is a packet of patch gauzes, so not the roll ones. You can't wrap them around, so these are patch gauzes. It's a packet of 5. I have pressure bandage. I have a pressure bandage. Then I have around 20 normal band-aids. I do have roll gauzes. I have 2 packets of these roll gauzes, and I also have an ankle support. So this is the ankle support, and I have medical tape. So good to have all of these, though you may not need them all the time, but we are in a pandemic, so it's always good to stay safe and prepared. The next thing that I have is this box, and this is my biggest box. This is my big box in the kit, and this basically starts off with protection for the person who's giving the first aid. So I suggest it's a good idea to have this surgical clinical spirit. It's basically propanol, and it helps you stay clean. I also have soap for that. I have the Medimix soap for that, and I have 2 pairs of gloves, rubber gloves, for the person providing the first aid. Then I do have some antiseptics. This is Dettol and this is Savlon. I keep it because anybody would, some people may prefer one over the other, so I keep both of them just in case. I do also have 2 very common balms, which is the Vicks Vapor Rub and the Iodex balm. You can also use any other that you're comfortable with, like Tiger, Zandu, whatever. And I have the muscle relaxant sprays, Ready Spray and Move. Again, I keep it because preference. And then I'll move on to the medicines. Before I move on to that, I have the thermometer. This is a normal mercury thermometer. Now you do get digital thermometers, but I mean, I just prefer this one. And also these may spoil, so it's a good idea that before you check the temperature of some person that you suspect may have fever, it's a good idea to get them tested. And the way I like to test them is basically either take warm water and just gently dip the tip and take it out very immediately, and then check if the temperature is going up or not. Then in this box I also have 4 medicines. One is these are antacid tablets by Equate. You get similar ones by Tums, and these are fruit flavored tablets that you can suck on or chew, and they are very mild tablets for acidity. I also have this, which is a lactulose solution that prevents constipation, and I have this Sucrafil solution that again helps with acidity, and helps with after vomiting, or if you don't want to vomit and stuff like that, if you feel nauseous. I did have a zinc deficiency in the past, so I do also have this supplement called Zincovit that helps me with that. And one last thing that I have in this box is surprise ingredient that most people may not know of, and that is toothpaste. So the reason I have toothpaste is because toothpaste has menthol, so it helps a lot with first degree burns. In the sense, if you have a superficial burn, then it will help you cool down. Next, what I have is medicines, and this is the only box that is not very frequently used, because the medicines that are in here are not OTCs, in the sense they're prescription drugs. And I have this because it also includes certain supplements, certain blood pressure medicines, etc., etc. And I had a person in my family who had a medical condition, so it is necessary for me to keep these. Also, it can help other people out, just in case. Like I said, it has BD medicines. Um, and they're not expired, so you have to keep a constant check on the expiry dates of these. So they are all expiring next year, so I will be chucking them soon. This is called Isabgol, but this is basically in the husk form. This is Phycelium husk that you can mix with water or milk or whatever and have it, so that it relieves your constipation. Then, now this is a small cardboard box that I have used to store all my Ayurvedic medicines. My family believes a lot in Ayurveda, and like I said, we have acidity problems, so I feel it's a good idea to keep some on hand. These are mostly all by the Zandu brand, but this is one, there are a few out of those. Then this is called the Tribhuvan Kirti Rasa, and this is basically for fevers. Then I have a similar packaging with the Sudshekar Rasa, and this is for again the digestive system. I have Acidit tablets. This is by a separate, this is by Sanjeevani, this is not Zandu, but these are also acidity tablets, but also Ayurvedic. I again have Sudshekar, but this is again by a different brand, and this is in powder form, that was in tablet form. I also have Pitta Shamak Vati, again by a different brand, and the same brand as the Sudshekar I showed you before, and that is also for Pitta, which means acidity again. And I have these cough pills that you can get anywhere in your medical store. So these are also all non-prescriptions. Ayurvedic medicines usually come non-prescribed. The next thing that I have is the most frequently used packet, which is this, and this is my go-to packet because it has a lot of supplements and other items that I use most of the time. What I have in this basic are Electrol, ORS solution. I like packaged ones because then there is no fuss about keeping them in the refrigerator or anything. You can also have the Tetra packs, which from the ORS brand, and you can keep them in the fridge as well. They also expire really soon, so keep a check on that. This is something called Citro Soda. I came across it recently. This is basically like Eno but stronger. So if you have hyperacidity or acidity problems, it's not harmful. You can have it even with mild acidity, but it's a good idea to have this on hand. Then I have Dolo paracetamol, and these are for fever, like everyone knows. I have Zanosin. These are also for acidity. I have Opox and Pantene D and Opox, which are both for acidity. Then I have Biquinols, which are again for fever. And I have the next three medicines that I'll show you are more so to me. This is one that my whole family uses. This is called these are called calciferol vitamin D tablets, called Calcigen D3. And basically one of my friends suggested that in times like these where we don't get to go out very often and get under sunlight, it's a good idea to boost your vitamin D levels. So this is a course, it's a non-prescription course, but a course for 5 weeks where you take one tablet per week. And I would suggest all of you to start. There are different levels of strength. This is a 60,000 IU. I also have a 7,000 IU. It's with my mom, so you can start on any one that you prefer. These are Keraglow tablets. Basically these are keratin tablets, and that is because I have pimple marks. I have seborrheic dermatitis, which causes me pimples, and it is for that. And then I have these called the Meftal-Spas. Meftal-Spas is basically a painkiller, since I also have severe dysmenorrhea. So this helps me relieve pain cramps during my menstrual cycle. And that's basically it for my human first aid. Thank you for watching, and please watch my previous videos, and soon enough I'm going to release another video talking about certain medicines more in detail. So thank you and bye.